What's good, YouTube? This is RPU here, and I'm back again with another video. And guys, I want to talk to you guys about the current things that are going on within politics, our government, specifically regarding this Russiagate, Hillary Clinton scandal. It goes deep. It goes real deep. And so deep that high levels of people in our government are actually implicated, including Joe Biden. It gets deep. This shit is crazy. But this is like years in the making. Years in the making. And, a lot of people don't keep up with politics day to day like that. A lot of people can't remember the past 30 days, right? And so I'm making this video because I want to ask you guys the question. Do you think that Hillary Clinton is finally going to be brought to justice? Or do you think that the Clintons, along with the deep state, are untouchable at this point? Because the entire swamp has been exposed. But will they be brought to justice? That's the question. So, Hillary has been doing stuff for a long time, man. Long time. She was in trouble for Benghazi, the death of Gaddafi. She was on TV saying, oh, we came, we saw, he died, And when she got busted for, the Benghazi crisis and 4 Americans getting killed, she was like, what difference does it make? Crazy. But the Clintons have been doing things, corrupt things for years, stealing money from Haiti, all kind of stuff. But now, this revelation by John Durham is one of the biggest, actually, it's the biggest political scandal in the history of the United States. I've been listening to people on YouTube and BitChute, like Peter Santilli says, there is nothing bigger than this. This is the biggest story of our lifetime. And the mainstream media is giving this story zero political coverage because they are in bed with the left. It's crazy. And so to understand this, we have to go back to 2016. That's how far we have to go back. And I may not understand everything, but you can fill me in the comments, if I leave some things out. But I kind of have an overall picture of what happened with this Russiagate hoax. And so let's go back to 2016. Hillary is running for the Democratic nominee. She gets exposed. Her emails get exposed by WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, right? It comes out that she cheated Bernie Sanders out of the Democratic nominee. I mean, this is like the second time, or Bernie Sanders has been cheated out of the Democratic nominee like 2 times. But a lot of times, Bernie Sanders will run and he drops out, because he knows he's gonna lose. You're like a placeholder for votes, because this is what he does. Is he runs, he gets a whole bunch of people behind him. A lot of people like Bernie Sanders, and then when he knows he's going to lose, he concedes to whoever the main candidate is projected to win, and he delegates all of his votes to that candidate. You see? So that's what happens. But WikiLeaks exposed that Bernie Sanders was cheated out of the DMC nominee. Seth Rich ends up dead, which I believe they were saying was the leak to the WikiLeaks emails. But so it's a huge scandal. Hillary Clinton was using public servers, for her emails, communicating confidential information on public servers, and it got exposed by WikiLeaks. She tried to break her phone, she tried to destroy the servers. There was an investigation, right? So I believe it was Loretta Lynch, right? I think she was the Attorney General. Loretta Lynch was starting to investigate this. Now look into The Secret on the Tarmac. I cannot remember the name of the author, but he used to be a news anchor. He broke this story about how Bill Clinton had met Loretta Lynch on an airport strip. Somehow they just magically happened to, arrive at the airport at the same time, right? And Bill Clinton got on the plane, spoke to Loretta Lynch, I think, for about 10 or 15 minutes with no Secret Service agents around. What was spoke about in that conversation? Nobody knows. But this got exposed. The person that exposed this book, that exposed this conversation between Bill Clinton and Loretta Lynch, who wrote the book, he ended up dead. Everybody who tries to go after Clinton ends up dead. I mean, some people, there was like one person who got shot in the head twice or something like that. Some crazy shit. Got shot in the back of the head twice and they labeled it as suicide or some shit. Come on, man. That shit's crazy. So, Secret on the Tarmac. I think Bill Clinton spoke to Loretta Lynch to tell her that if you go after Hillary Clinton, you are going to be Epstein. Something like that. And so, I don't know, but later down the line, right? So, Donald Trump and Hillary are debating. Donald Trump's tearing her up in the final debates, right? A couple of days before the election, I believe it was James Comey who announced that they were going to be opening a case into looking into Hillary Clinton's emails, right? And that was the end. That was the end for her. It was already over for her. If anybody follows politics, and about Hillary Clinton, you knew what was at stake with the 2016 election. You knew. And so a lot of people voted for Donald Trump, right? And the left was never able to accept that. They thought that Hillary was gonna have it in the bag. She was supposed to be Obama's third term. She was going to finish what Obama had started, But Donald Trump had made an upset and won the 2016 election. Now, it's come out in the Durham report that during the 2016 election that Hillary Clinton paid a tech firm who had a contract with CIA, right, to secure internet traffic in the White House. And Hillary was able to get access to that data through, I think, Jake Sullivan and some of her Democratic cronies, right? So it comes out that not only was Hillary Clinton spying on Donald Trump during the 2016 election, but she was spying on Donald Trump while he was a sitting president. Not only was she spying on Trump Tower and Donald Trump's New York apartment, but she was also spying on communications in the White House. Communications in the White House. This is the biggest scandal, the biggest U.S. scandal in history. And Donald Trump said that this is bigger than Watergate. It's bigger than Watergate, way bigger than Watergate. It's like political espionage, some spy agent movie type shit, right? And so Hillary got exposed for spying on Donald Trump. The reason she was doing this is because she could not take the results of the 2016 election, right? I believe Hillary won the popular vote, but Donald Trump won the Electoral College. She could never live that down. And so what she was trying to do was that she was trying to gather information in order to tie Donald Trump to Russia, because she had this narrative going on that Donald Trump was a Russian operative. Donald Trump had ties to Putin. Donald Trump had ties to the Kremlin. Now remember, this is all happening in 2016, right? Obama is president. So this is all happening under the Obama administration, right? So Obama is implicated. So Donald Trump wins the election, right? Hillary's salty. She's trying to gather evidence to tie Donald Trump to Russia. The Steele dossier, a fake fabrication story that claimed that Donald Trump had ties to a Russian bank, Alpha Bank, and that he had a Russian phone and was talking to Russians. I guess somebody said that Donald Trump was in the bathroom talking on a cell phone, talking to the Russians, and somebody took that story and ran with it. And the media ran with it, and people like Jake Sullivan used it as an excuse to spy on the president's communications. It's crazy. It's crazy. And the media ran with that story for 4 years. 4 years. Smeared Donald Trump for 4 years. Called him a Russian agent, all that. And the Steele dossier turned out to be fake. Not only did the Steele dossier turn out to be fake, but James Comey went and got a fake FISA warrant to spy on Donald Trump. That's crazy. So James Comey is involved. The FBI is involved. The CIA is involved. It's crazy. So, Donald Trump, I believe, wanted James Comey to look into Hillary Clinton, right? And James Comey came back and said that there was no evidence that Hillary Clinton had done anything wrong regarding her email servers. Donald Trump fired James Comey, right? Good on him, because he was working. You know, he's like a Manchurian candidate, man. They're all Manchurian candidates. This swamp is deep. So Donald Trump fires James Comey. Robert Mueller comes on the scene. This is when Russiagate just started, it's in full swing by this time, right? Robert Mueller does a report. You know, that takes so long. I think they said it cost like $30 million in taxpayer money for this Russia probe, and they found out that none of it was true. There was no connection tying Donald Trump to Russia. So what a waste of time. Donald Trump was stonewalled in office for 4 years by Democrats. Everything they tried to do, everything that he tried to accomplish, they stonewalled him. He tried to change Obamacare. They stonewalled him on that. He tried to get the wall built. They stonewalled him on that. He tried to reform immigration. They stonewalled him on that. He tried to investigate Hillary Clinton. They stonewalled him on that. He tried to talk to the Ukrainian president on a phone call, just asking the Ukrainian president to look into Joe Biden's extortion deal with, I believe, an attorney in Ukraine who was looking at his son, Hunter Biden, for some shady deals in Ukraine. Joe Biden is on camera laughing, saying, yeah, I told the guy, if you don't stop looking into my son, you're not going to get this money. If you don't fire this prosecutor by the time I leave, then Ukraine's not getting the money. And so the Ukraine president fired him. The guy that was looking into Hunter Biden's son. It's just crazy. It's real mafia shit, real mafia tactics, right? So Donald Trump, I believe Donald Trump was impeached for that. I believe Donald Trump was impeached for talking on the phone to the president of Ukraine, just asking him to look into Joe Biden's shady dealings. And he got impeached for that. I believe it was. Now, you can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I'm just trying to give y'all an overall picture of what's going on here. Now, for 4 years, Democrats stonewalled Donald Trump and impeached him twice and failed twice. And they weren't really able to accomplish much during that 4 years. You know, the whole time, Democrats were calling Donald Trump a Russian operative, and they were calling him and his supporters racist. They labeled conservatives as domestic terrorists. Antifa was burning down cities all over the country. The media was gaslighting Black Americans by getting them to rally behind criminals and known drug addicts like George Floyd and drug dealers like Breonna Taylor. And, just not giving people the full context of every story. Like, a lot of these people that Black Lives Matter was rallying behind were in the progress of a fucking crime. Does that make sense to you? Meanwhile, Chicago is, Black people are killing each other left and right, and Black Lives Matter hasn't said anything about that. And Black Lives Matter has raised, I heard they raised over $90 million. Where did that money go? That money went into property by Patrisse Cullors, the founder of Black Lives Matter, bought multiple properties across the world and resigned from Black Lives Matter. Isn't that crazy? She profited off the death of Black men and Black men's struggle. Meanwhile, promoting, the rainbow lifestyle and feminism and all that stuff, just left-wing ideology off the deaths and the backs of Black men. That's crazy. And I heard that now there's an investigation into Black Lives Matter. And so karma is finally swinging back around, man. These Black Lives Matter founders are going to finally get what they deserve. Jail time. Hopefully long jail time. And hopefully those funds can be released to the Black community so it can actually be done, something positive can be done with it. This money was given to Black Lives Matter, 90 million was Black Lives Matter was funded by George Soros and the Open Society, a billionaire who funded the color revolution, is known for destabilizing nations. And that's the exact same thing that's happening here in the United States. A lot of people are using and profiting off of black people's struggles, And so, while people are killing each other in Chicago, Donald Trump offered to send in the feds. And Beetlejuice, I forgot her name, Lori Lightfoot, refused help from Donald Trump because she did not want to make Donald Trump look good. Everything that Donald Trump tried to do, Democrats tried to stonewall it. He tried to give out an extra $600 in unemployment benefits. He did, actually. But California and Gavin Newsom was saying that, California didn't have the money. California didn't have the money to give its citizens an extra $600 a week in unemployment benefits during the shutdown. Democrats shut down your jobs, shut down your businesses, told you to stay home, and, gave you $600 and told you good luck, right? Meanwhile, Gavin Newsom is on the verge of recall for, telling people to stay home, but getting caught in the French Laundry eating $1,500 plates of caviar and drinking, wine, the same French Laundry that got a big ass PPP loan and during the lockdown, which had the owner happens to be friends with Gavin Newsom. It's one big club and you ain't in it. But Gavin Newsom said that California did not have the money to give $600 a week in unemployment benefits that Donald Trump had called for, right? So after Donald Trump gets out of office, Biden passes a huge COVID package, and gives California like billions of dollars, like tens of billions of dollars, right? Gavin Newsom comes out talking about, California, we got a surplus from the tax money from last year and the stimulus that Joe Biden gave us. Now he's acting like he's a superhero now, it makes Democrats look good. This guy is putting money into homeless programs. Didn't give a fuck about the homeless before he got recalled, right? This dude was going to pay for the health care of illegal immigrants with the stimulus and the tax revenue surplus that he got that year. That's crazy. And so I have to pay for health and dental, but you're going to pay for the health care of illegal immigrants who cross the border illegally. Fuck you, Gavin Newsom. Fuck you. You should have got recalled. Larry Elder should have won. But California has been blue so long. There are so many liberals here with a victim mentality. California is done. There's so much homeless. There's so much crime. Law-abiding citizens are not allowed to defend themselves. It's all fucked up. And when I get my shit together and XRP moons, I'm gone. I'm out of California. Right? But all of this is connected. So I'm just showing you various reasons how Democrats were stonewalling Donald Trump's presidency for the entire 4 years, right? So the 2020 election comes around. Now, I can't really speak on what happened. You guys know what happened. And Joe Biden won the presidency, right? And all throughout these 4 years, it was nothing but chaos. Black Lives Matter burning down cities. And what happened during the 2020 election. And I think conservatives just had enough of the gaslighting by the mainstream media and Don Lemon CNN, MSNBC, right? They just had enough of the gaslighting. And so January 6th happened. January 6th happened. And I'm not denying that January 6th didn't happen. But have you ever heard somebody, like the saying of somebody putting 100 on 10, or 10 on 1? It's like people are like over dramatizing what happened, like they're saying that January 6th was worse than 9/11. Some politicians said that January 6th was worse than Pearl Harbor. Come on, bro. And so this whole time, that gave them the ability to target Trump supporters and conservatives. They started calling conservatives domestic terrorists. They started going after parents who had genuine concerns about critical race theory and what was going on in public schools. People started pulling their kids out of school because politicians like Gavin Newsom were mandating the jab while hesitating on getting his kids jabbed. Come on, bro. This has been one big gaslight session for the past 5 years. And now, the Durham report has dropped. And Democrats in the mainstream media are completely silent. Don Lemon was on CNN talking hella shit, talking about, conservatives are saying,